Today we've got so much to talk about. Once again, we are going to talk about what's going on with Southwest Airlines and how that can impact any Southwest Airline tickets that you have bought with Princess Easy Air. It's really important that you think about these things. I'm also going to talk to you about some onboard updates. We've got updates from the Ruby Princess, from the Sky Princess. We've got an awful lot to talk about today, and a little bit about the Mediterranean. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Wednesday, it's December 28th of 2022, and we are going to start off. I'm going to do a really fast review for you about what I will, the perks that I am offering if you book a cruise with me on Celebrity by January 14th. I mentioned this about a week ago in a video, but I know that we have all been so busy during this holiday time, and I don't want you to miss out if you're thinking about going on Celebrity. So if you book a cruise with me, and it doesn't matter which ship, which sail day, what destination, just a cruise with Celebrity, if you book a stateroom, you get $100 onboard credit, just your regular veranda stateroom. If you book a concierge or aqua class stateroom, you get $300 of onboard credit. And if you book a suite in the Haven, you get to have $400 of onboard credit. And that is from me. That is in addition to the promos that Celebrity is running. So if they're already giving you some onboard credit, you get that plus what I just told you. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. I am experienced. I know what I'm doing with Celebrity, and I am going to sail some more on Celebrity. I'm going to sail more on Princess and more on other cruise lines. But I just wanted to put that out there for you to let you know that I'm really excited about the opportunities that Celebrity offers, the places that you can cruise, and I just really had a nice time on my last cruise that I just was on the Celebrity Reflections, so I thought I would do this. One other thing that I want to ask for your input on really quick, and we are going to talk about MSC some more. Some of you have shared some information with me, and I'm going to put that together to share with everyone as well as my own research. But those of you who have sailed on MSC, would you mind putting in the comments or send me an email, just anything you wouldn't mind sharing about your experience, and also about the yacht club. We had a couple of you mention that in the comments yesterday. That is very valuable, and we've got some Let's Go family members who are considering that. And so anything that you could share about that would be wonderful. It sounds like it is a wonderful way to cruise on MSC. That as one Let's Go family member says, you get better service, you get better quality of food. And so it sounds like it's really a lovely experience. But if there's anything else you can share, we would really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Now, we have got a big experience from someone on the Ruby Princess. I want to start off as I tell you about this. I tell you this so that you know what is going on the different cruise ships. Now, with Princess, I get people asking me, am I going to quit cruising on Princess? No, and not at this point. I am intending to cruise a lot more on Princess. I really love going on Princess. I think that they are struggling. I hope that they pull themselves together so that down the road we don't have to part ways. But so I wanted to put that out there first. However, I think it's really important to know what's going on the different cruise ships so that you have a gauge, and also so that you go so that you're prepared with what you might have to deal with when you're on a ship, and maybe how to navigate that a little bit. So we have Let's Go family members, and they were just on the Ruby Princess. They were so kind to send me this email. They were on a Panama Canal repositioning cruise, and so there were 7 people in their group. They had 4 different cabins. So on the first night, 2 of the cabins had a leak, but somehow, maybe in the wall, she said, there was water on the floor, so they got moved down the hall. The next night, a couple of nights later, one of the people that had been moved down the hall woke up with like 3 inches of water on the floor. The toilet was having problem. So they got moved again, and they got dinner for 2 at the Crown Grill restaurant. And the lady that wrote me this email, their tub would not drain. Took the plumbing people 2 different trips to their cabin to try to get that fixed, and finally got that fixed. And then the blow dryer in the room would not work, the hair dryer, blow dryer, and they had to call 3 times to get a hair dryer that would work. And I love, she puts in all caps, it's a really big deal. It is. When you need a blow dryer, you need a blow dryer. And I feel like since they have them in the cabins, they should work. And so she had to call call 4 times to get that. And then so we've got to figure out a way, and we need to talk about this, ways to navigate the medical system on board the ship if things are not going the way they should go. So this lady had, her sister was on the ship. She woke up in the middle of the night really sick and with symptoms that could be a heart attack. So she called 911 on the ship's phone, and nobody ever answered the phone. And finally at 11 o'clock in the morning, they called her back and said, come and see the doctor at 4 this afternoon. She pointed out that if that sister had really been having a heart attack, it might have not ended really well with her. And so she went down to medical, and this lady did, and said, you know, what's going on? Why did you not get better care? And they said, well, we'll call her and talk to her about it. And the lady never got called. So I feel like we need to think of a way. I don't know what to do. If you're in your cabin by yourself, you can't really send someone down to medical for you. Maybe call the front desk. I don't know. Let's work through that in the comments section and think of some things to do. If you need medical attention and they're not answering the phone and they're not taking care of you, we need to think of this together, I feel like, in case it happens to any one of us. Now, she was really kind to say that some things on the ship worked really good. She said the food was okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't remarkable. She said that the room steward, he was great, came and saw them, met them the first day. After that, greeted them by their first names. And she said that the service in the main dining room was kind of slow at first and not going as smoothly. It picked up a little bit. It seemed like they just wanted to do what, they could do to take care of passengers, but they didn't really know what to do. And that thing I always tell you that I love it, I know I've told you this before, if you're new around here, I think it's a sign of really good service if you eat in the same place in the dining room every evening, you have the same waiters, and by it's remarkable when they do it on the second night, but by the third night, when you sit down, my favorite drink is a Diet Coke. If I sit down and they bring me a Diet Coke without me asking, I just think that's makes me happy, and that applies to any drink, whatever it is that your preference is. And these people, the servers never figured out what their preferences were the whole cruise. And so it sounds like maybe they had a bunch of new crew members. I do like the fact that when they had trouble with their cabins that they got moved no problem. I think that's really good. But the thing about the medical attention does distress me a little bit. And so take that under advisement. And like I said, let's talk about in the comments some of the things that we could do to get help if we needed to. I really appreciate also someone is on the Sky Princess, and they said that due to a problem, I don't think they know what kind of problem exactly it is in the laundry department, that there is no laundry on the ship this week. And so let me know if you're on the Sky Princess and anything's getting resolved, or if you're able to get laundry done. I love that the Princess ships have the washer and dryer on each of the levels that have passenger cabins, and so at least you could go do your own laundry if they weren't able to do it for you. But that still is a little bit worrisome. I was thinking to myself, we need to plan for no laundry, but Gordon and I always pack some extra laundry detergent with us so that if we had to wash clothes in the sink, we could do that. We really enjoy using the washer and dryers on Princess. I'm someone that likes to do my own laundry the way I like it done. I line dry what I want line dried and such, but be aware that they're having a little bit of trouble with the laundry on the Sky Princess, and always have Plan B in your pocket for your laundry. Alrighty, now we're going to talk about what is going on with Southwest Airlines. I would like to think probably everyone has seen the headlines that they have had almost all of their flights canceled. Very few of their flights are going right now. And now it's and at first, when we first saw it, I thought, oh, it's this weather. But it turns out that it is their booking system, and I've read several reports and an email from someone that says it is actually a very antiquated booking system and it is completely melted down. Now, you might recall, as I do, that Southwest has had trouble with their software before. This is not a new thing, but it sounds like the level to which it has happened is epic. It seems like this is the worst that it's been. So you've got passengers stranded all over the country. You've got crews in hotels all over the country, trying to get on a flight, trying to help passengers get where they're going. You've got all these crew members at the airports with people sleeping on the floor with the there's not enough hotel space to accommodate everyone, and it's because their booking system is completely like melted down. It is not working. They have planes that they can fly people, and they've got pilots and crew who are willing to take them, but they cannot get the system working well enough to be able to let them do that. You hear here and there of a couple of flights being able to go, and that's amazing, but this is a huge problem. Now so here's what I want us to think about. What that has to do, if you have, like especially coming up soon, a flight booked on Southwest Airlines through Princess Easier. So I've heard from several Let's Go family members that they have called Princess and said, we know that they're having all these problems, and it's very likely those flights are going to be canceled. But the Princess Easier rep says, well, we don't do anything until your flight is actually canceled. Then we will get you another flight. And to me, that is really hard, because everybody else who is on those Southwest flights is trying to rebook as well. So flights that are already full are trying to also, whenever there's a seat here and there, are going to be trying to accommodate these people that need to get where they're going. So to me, that's huge. So here's what I want you to think about though. Once your flight is canceled, Princess Easier then will start to find you another ticket. They'll book you on something else. If you don't take that ticket, be aware that I don't think you're going to get your money back. If you are more than 45 days out and you can cancel that Southwest Air ticket, maybe in 45 days they'll have their software fixed. I don't know. But if you're far enough out and you want to do that, that's one thing. But if it's already past 45 days, you can't cancel that and get your money back. And if they book another flight for you and you don't take it, it's very likely that you're not going to get your money back, because you can call and cancel that flight and like to think that Princess will refund your money. But it used to be that you would book your Princess Easier flights and there was a lot more leeway with it. As you go to book a Princess Easier flight now, whether I do it for you or if you do it for yourself, they have a much longer message that comes up, and I think I would really just not be sure that you're going to get your money back. So if you want to go book another refundable ticket somewhere in case you need it for backup, you can do that. But don't necessarily think you're going to get your money back from Princess if you don't take the flight that they get for you. Okay, just a heads up on that. And then also the person let me know that had called in on this. They said, the Princess rep said, if you miss your embarkation, we'll fly you to the next port. Well, their next port was 4 days into the cruise, and so that's not the same thing as the next day you're in another port and you can get on really early in the cruise. So I know this is a big mess with Southwest, but I just want you to think about all of these things, because it's really, really sticky to try to get your money back on flights after you are in that window, and because the way their system works, and the reason that a lot of people like it is because if your flight gets canceled, they'll automatically book something else for you, and that's the way that it works, and so you have to take that flight. Okay, so let me know as you all have experience with this. Anybody that has experienced this last week, as everything's been melting down with Southwest and you've been trying to get to your cruise, let us know how things go. Okay. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk to you all about, and then I'll tell you something else. First of all, we're going to talk a minute about the Mediterranean. Now and I need your help also on this. So a Let's Go family member sent me an email and said, we're going to go on a cruise to the Mediterranean. And I've been trying to watch your vlogs from when we went this last summer, and they keep on freezing up like halfway through. So Gordon and I, he played them. They're not freezing up on our end. So if any of you ever try to watch those and they give you trouble, would you let us know? And then another thing that I wanted to let you know is, if you think of going on a cruise to the Mediterranean, I would love to help you on a personal level. To do that, you need to book the cruise with me. All right, because a lot goes in to helping someone plan a cruise, to giving you recommendations at every port, to talking about what you like to do in a port, and helping you decide which excursion would be best for you, where to stay at hotels, all of these things to see, helping you figure everything out. A lot of time goes into that, so I can't just do that for every person who emails me. That's why we put our vlogs out there, so that you can watch it and get a good idea about it. And at the same time, I want you to know that I'm very widely traveled in the Mediterranean and a lot of Europe. And so I am happy to help you with that. And I'm happy to share information. I have shared a lot of information on our videos, and so just watch those. And then if you would like personalized help with it, I would be absolutely delighted and honored to book your cruise. You can book your cruise with me, and I'm happy to help you with everything to do with it. Now, our Let's Go family member had asked about the Grand Bazaar there in Istanbul, so I'm going to talk to you about it for just a quick second at the end of this video. So if you're never going to Turkey and you don't care, but if you've heard of the Grand Bazaar and would like to know, so the Grand Bazaar is kind of, think of the largest portion of it. You know, there's part of it that is not covered, right? But the part that they take you to, and I've talked to other people that have been to Istanbul, is kind of like a mall in that the ends are open, but it's huge. But you go in, and in the way that it's like a mall is you have the long corridors, and you've got shops on either side. But then going off, there's all of these little side things that you go down, and then you go all the directions from there. So it's really easy to get lost if you're not careful. But a lot of the excursions, I have noticed, don't take you there for very long. And one thing that I noticed when Gordon and I were there is they have like souvenir type stuff. They sell a lot of like spices and those kind of things, and like food things. They sell a lot of scarves and things like that, and a lot of different kinds of jewelry. Truthfully, you look at a lot of the jewelry and I just think, I don't know that that's even authentic, what it is that they say that it is. And I'm not slighting them at all. It's that way everywhere. You can in any country they've got that. But so to me, I was really glad that I got to go see it. If you like, I think it's worth going to see so that you can experience it. We did not buy anything there when we were in Istanbul. The traffic was really heavy, and it was our last stop of the day. So by the time we got there, we only had like 45 minutes, I want to say 45 minutes or an hour to go look around. And it was really cool to see. Very much enjoyed getting to see it, but at the same time, like, I didn't buy anything, and I don't know, they had like beautiful scarves. The part that we were in, the scarves were beautiful, but they were very expensive. I know that you just think of going to like a little at least I think of going to a little kiosk like in Paris, or a little kiosk just, like in London, or a little shop or something, not with, with a lot of the same scarves that I saw there. And usually they're like 25 or 30 euro, and these were several times that. And so I would say that if you want to go and you would like to buy something, do your research before you go. I would say that I didn't do enough research. If I was wanting to buy something, I should have looked it up a little bit more. So do your research before you go. It is really cool to see, though. It's very interesting. There are lots of Turkish people there. You're in Turkey, and they are the nicest people. Everyone that we met there, any shop owner that we talked to, they were very, very nice when we were there. They were not pushy at all. I don't know if that's that way through every part of the Grand Bazaar that you go to, but the part that we walked through, and we walked quite a ways, they were very nice. When we were in Ephesus, the shopkeepers there were much more pushy, trying to get you to buy what they had, like really pushy. But over where we were in the Grand Bazaar, they weren't that way at all. And so I just thought I would put that out there for you. It's beautiful to see new things. I think it was worthwhile to go. But just wanted to let you all know about that. So let me know how things are going with your flights as you try to get on a cruise now. We've had so many cancellations on lots of airlines, not only Southwest, but bring us up to date with what you're experiencing. I would love to hear your experiences with Princess Easy Air so that we all have a good idea of how that's going right now. And I really look forward to reading your comments all the time and appreciate all of your input, all of your valuable information that you share. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. We really appreciate your support. And if you appreciate these updates, please give this video a thumbs up, because it really does help us. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.